Today, Horizon Science Academy Columbus Middle School is closed because of a staffing shortage. School administrators said this is not related to COVID-19, but the nationwide substitute teacher shortage. Students will have to work remotely to work on their assignments again today. Employee shortages continue to be an issue throughout the pandemic, and local child care centers, their administrators say they're struggling to find staff to keep up. Higher wages are being offered from many companies and causing teachers to leave for better pay. There's a competition factor there. 10 TV's Krista Frost talked with one owner who says she can't find the wages. She can't fight the wages any longer. Good morning, Krista.
Yeah. Good morning. So that is right. 10 years of being in business. And she says it was actually maybe 3 or 4 years ago that she started noticing some teachers leaving because they just couldn't afford to live on the salary that they were given. They found higher paying jobs elsewhere. Now, in early childhood education, we're talking usually $8 an hour on the low end of pay and maybe $15 an hour on the higher end of pay. And then, of course, factor in that a lot of those teachers have to have either a bachelor's degree or at least some sort of a certification in order to work in this field. Now, then you pair that with, especially in this pandemic, we're seeing a lot of those bigger companies, things like Kohl's, Amazon, so many others offering so much more money for those people to work, maybe even $18 an hour. So Junior Graduates Enrichment Center owner Janice Bond is only able to pay them so much, those teachers, because that's just what funding allows her to do to run her center, really. So funding for early childhood centers, it really varies on a variety of different factors, including how many children they serve, the low-income families, how many there are who attend the center, and so many other factors. But Bond says it's time for lawmakers in Ohio to take a closer look at that because childcare is a needed service which really benefits everyone.
Policies are going to have to be forced. Hands are going to have to be forced in the same way that these big corporations are having to pay more per hour because the money is there to do so. The state's going to have to do the same. Something's got to change. Universal preschool needs to become a thing.
So that is exactly what she wants to see. Early childhood education treated and funded a little bit more like your average grade school, especially in the state of Ohio. So when it comes to the families that she serves right now, of course, there are several of them, and she's working with them to try to figure out the best plan of action when it comes to finding them the right child care. But she does tell me that a lot of those families had to pivot and make other plans during the pandemic, obviously. So they're actually turning to family members, aunts, uncles, grandparents, whoever's going to be able to care for that child. That's something that we might be seeing more and more of, especially when it comes to other child care centers who are actually facing the same problem, a staff shortage, and are now thinking that they probably are going to have to close down. Reporting live in Columbus, Krista Frost, 10 TV News.